Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the new project. So today we're gonna learn how to implement the Redux with React. We're gonna build a simple task manager, and after this tutorial, guys, you're gonna have the solid understanding how Redux work, how implement with the React. I'm gonna show you the simple way how to use it. All right, I will try my best, guys. So let's see how the application work. Here's the title name and here's the description of the task. So let's type first task, test title and test description. Alright, we can see it's placed it in unstarted position. Alright, let's bring one more. Alright, and one more. So now we can change the progress of our task. For example, let's do this one. We're gonna place it in a progress. All right, and also let's add this one. So for example, we finish with this task. Let's place it in a completed. Let's place this one in progress. For example, let's place this one right here on a completed, and if we're done with this task, we can remove it. All right, same thing with those. Okay, guys, so let's build. Let's see how Redux work with the React. All right, let me create new folder right here. So let's name it task manager tutorial. Okay, let's open in a Visual Studio this project on desktop. Okay, we're gonna use the create React app boilerplate. Create React app and space and dot, press enter. So that's gonna create inside this folder. All right, so it's ready. Let's clean a little bit. I'm gonna delete the favicon. I don't need this logos. Let me delete it, and inside the index I'm gonna remove the favicon link. I'm gonna remove all of this. You can keep description and content. I don't need it for this project, so I'm gonna delete this method. Let's delete manifest too. I don't need. And okay, let's rename task manager. And let me clear these comments, delete this. All right, so let's close it up. Let's open source folder. So I'm not gonna use CSS, app CSS, index CSS, logo, so I can delete them. All right, so let me delete this guy. Let me create the React fragment instead, and hello from app component, so I can see it's rendering right. Okay, let's delete those guys. Let's save. In index, I'm gonna remove index CSS. Okay, because we delete this one. All right, let's save, and now let's open terminal, control tilde. Let's start the server, npm start. All right, so now let's install and import bootstrap. Let me open second window, and we're gonna install the bootstrap. npm I short for install and bootstrap, spelling right. Okay, press return. All right, we install it, and let me show you where it's installed. It's installed in Node Modules folder. So let's open, and we go down here. Let's look for the bootstrap right here. So let's open in destination folder in CSS. We need to import this file, bootstrap.min.css. Let's close this one. In the app, let's import bootstrap, import in the quotes bootstrap. Okay, next destination folder, CSS, and file bootstrap.min.css. That's it. So we imported the bootstrap right now. Let's check. Let's add h2. Actually, we're gonna add right here h2, heading 2, and let's close the element h2. Class name, that's gonna be bootstrap class name display 4. Let's save. Let's see in the browser, and we have the error, cannot find module. Okay, we need to reinstall the Node modules, guys. That's a problem. Sometimes this issue showed up. Let's do this. So to reinstall Node modules, npm install. Alright, let's see right now. We need to stop the server, of course. So Ctrl C, I'm gonna stop the server and restart it. npm start. We can see the bootstrap working. Let me close this up. Okay, now let's build our application. Let me fold this one, and we need to create the directory. We're gonna name it components. Inside the components, we're gonna create 3 more components. The first one gonna be the task.js. We're gonna use the hooks in this project, so I'm gonna create the functional component, and I'm gonna use the snippet AFCE to create the functional component in a faster way. So I use this plugin, guys. I'm gonna show you all the plugins if you never see which plugins I use. Of course, the main plugin is 7 React, Redux, GraphQL, React Native Snippets. Alright, so bracket pair carolyzed. It's make a different colors for my code so I can navigate very fast. Okay, that's help a lot. And prettier code formatter. So if I, for example, save, I don't know, like test, if I'm gonna save, it's gonna format my code. Let's see, Ctrl C, save. You can see it's automatically format my code. And which one? Of course, for icons, you can see my icons. I use this plugin, and pretty much it. So the main, install this one. Okay, that's help to build the faster way the components. All right, so let's continue. Here's gonna be the text. I'm gonna add h2 and task component, gonna be right here. Let's save, and let me close the plugins, and let's create another component which is gonna be the tasks list JS. It's gonna be the functional, so I use the snippets AFCE, and press tab, and it's created. Okay, let me add the text right here. Tasks list component. All right, and the last one, tasks page .js. It's gonna be the functional, of course. Let's add the text, tasks page component. All right, and let's go to the app.js. Let's insert right here. Let me remove this text and let's add the tasks page component, and let's import it right now. Import. Okay, we imported already. Okay. All right, guys, so let's see if it's working. Okay, tasks page component. Okay, now let's create, guys, the form so we can create the new task. All right, we're gonna start from UI. All right, we're gonna use the bootstrap for our UI, and let's create the form. And let's move to the tasks page. Let's close this up, and for now let's close the app. We don't need it for right now. And right here we're gonna create the form. Let's give the class name to this div, bootstrap class name container. I'm gonna add the margin Y, which means top and bottom 5 right away. And let's create the Jumbotron. It's a bootstrap class, and padding Y, we're gonna add the 3. All right, inside the Jumbotron we're gonna create the row. We're gonna use the grid, and let's create the columns in a medium size screen. I'm gonna add 2. That's gonna be the container for the button. Okay, let's add the button. It's a dot, and the class name gonna be btn success, and I'm gonna add the margin 3. Okay, so let's, instead of the div, let's add the button. Ctrl D. I'm gonna select first div and second one, and I'm gonna change to the button. All right, now let's see what we got. Okay. So let's add the plus, okay, because we're gonna know we can open our form. This button gonna be to open the form. All right, where it's gonna be the title, input, and description text field. All right, so let's continue. And the second column in this row, we're gonna create for the title. So call medium text. We're gonna add the 10 columns, and inside let's add heading 2 with the class name display form. All right, and here's gonna be the task manager text. We can add the camel case. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's place it to the center. We're gonna give the bootstrap class name text center, and let's see. Okay, so actually, guys, let's make it uppercase. All right, so to do this, text and uppercase. Let's save. All right. Okay, now let's create the inputs right here after this row. Right here, we're gonna add the form. So let's comment inputs form. Let's comment. Okay, let's add the form. We're not gonna use any actions. We're gonna use only submit. So now let's add the form group container. Okay, so inside we're gonna place the input. It's gonna be the type text and class name form control. And let's add the placeholder where we're gonna add the text, task title. All right, and down here, let's add another form group. So let me just copy. Let's add right here, and instead of the input, it's gonna be the text area, and let's close text area, and here's gonna be task description. All right, and we're gonna add the button after the text area. So button.btn.btn, let's add primary, and the text submit. Type, let's add course submit. All right, let's see what we just done. All right, we got our form. Of course, we're gonna open and close it using the state. We're gonna use the React hooks, and let's do it now. Right here on the tab, first of all, let's add the use state method. All right, so let's create the first hook const. That's gonna be for the card form. Show card form. That's gonna be the set state method. Okay, so use state, and we're gonna use false by default. That's gonna be the closed one. Okay, and let's create the function to open and close. Okay, const, we're gonna name it form toggler. Gonna use the arrow function, and we're gonna add so to the set state show card form and not the card form state. All right, so if we're gonna add the true right here, it's not gonna work. All right, I will demonstrate you guys. All right, and right here, so it's gonna be card form and form. Okay, let's save and let's see. And of course, guys, we need to add the on click to our button. Where's our button? Right here. So let's add on click and how we called it, form toggle. Just copy and paste in here. Let's save. Now it's supposed to work. Open, close. Okay, so if we're gonna add right here the true, because we have the false by default, if we want a true, that's not gonna work. It's just gonna open but not gonna close. Okay, so we wanna open and close. That's why we add not the state form card form. Okay, now we can toggle open, close. All right, so we're done with the UI for the form. Now let's grab the value when we add right here. So if we open right now the DevTools, and if we open the React DevTools, if you don't have, guys, let me go to my extensions. And let me see where's the React detector. Of course, you can install and you will know which site use the React, but you need the React DevTools. All right, and install in your browser. So just type React DevTools. You're gonna find then the first block and just install, and you're good to go. And of course you need the Redux DevTools. Just go to Redux DevTools, I guess. Yeah, yes, okay, and you install this guy too. Okay, that's all for the DevTools. And now, guys, we're gonna see if we can grab the values of our inputs. Okay, if we open our dev tool and go to components and click on a tasks page, you can see we have the hook state for our form. Now it's open, that's true. If we click here, let's change the state, that false. Now we need to grab the value of the title, input and description. Okay, so let's grab the values. Okay, let's go back in the tasks page. We're gonna create two more hooks. Const first gonna be the title and set title to change the state, and use state. It's gonna be the empty string by default, of course. So next one gonna be the description and set description. All right, use state and it's gonna be the empty string. All right, first let's create the method to grab the title value. We're gonna create the method and gonna name this function change title. We're gonna give the e parameter, and we're gonna say set title and e.target that value. All right, and let me copy and let's add to the input. I'm gonna add change right here and change title method. Okay, and let's save. Let's see if we can grab the title value and change the state. So now you can see the hooks. We have the title and we have the description. Let's check if title gonna change. So title, okay, you can see now we can change the value of the title state. And now let's do the same, create the method to grab the value for the description, and right here after the untitled change we're gonna create const on description change. You can give any name you like to your method. Okay, and right here we're gonna add set description e.target value, and let's copy the name of our method and let's add right here same thing on change. Let's paste right here. Let's save, and now we can see the title and description. Okay, we got the value, and the next we wanna show create the task. Okay, we're gonna send. Of course, we're gonna use the local state. We're not gonna use any backend, and we're gonna use the Redux to manage the state and show the state right here. Okay, so first let's create the UI. It's gonna be the unstarted, in progress, and completed boxes, and when we're gonna create the task, we're gonna show up in here. Okay, let's create the UI. So in a task page, we need to create our task statuses. So let's create const and tasks statuses, and it's gonna be the array with the strings. First gonna be unstarted, second gonna be in progress, and the last one gonna be the completed. Okay, now let's create the method const. We're gonna name it render tasks list or task lists. And before we're gonna create, let's first set up our Redux. Okay, we're gonna install the Redux and we're gonna set up the store and reducer. First reducer, I will show you how to display with the Redux the state. Okay, So let's do it. First we need to install Redux, and let's open the terminal right here. So we're gonna install npm install Redux Redux. Alright, so let's check package JSON, and we install the Redux, React Redux and Redux. Alright, let's close it up, and let's save for now and close this component. Now inside the source folder, let's create the directory, and we're gonna name it reducers. Okay, and inside the reducers we're gonna create the file index file. Okay, and here's gonna be the reducer. I will explain you guys everything when we're gonna create it. Okay, so if you don't understand, don't worry, I will explain you everything how it's works. So for now, just follow me. And inside the reducer, let's create the state. So const, we're gonna name it initial state, shell state. That's for now, and it's gonna be the object. Okay, and gonna have the ID, for example 1, and gonna have the title, so like learn ReactJS, and description don't be any, like let's learn ReactJS today. That's gonna be the text, and let's add the status, because we're gonna change the statuses. Okay, for this one, let's add in progress. Okay, let's add one more, and it's gonna be the ID 2, learn Redux, and let's learn Redux today. Okay, so we have the state. All right, and let's create the reducer. Const, and we're gonna name the reducer tasks, and reducer contain the state and action. I will explain you what that means. Okay, just follow me. So we're gonna add in a parameter state, and it's gonna be the object tasks and initial state. Okay, and action. And let's return state. Of course, don't forget to add the arrow right here. Alright, so we create our first reducer. Reducer help us to change state. I mean, not mutate, but pass the next state. Okay, we can't mutate in Redux the state. We need always pass the next state. That's we're gonna talk a little bit later. Okay, for now, guys, we create the first reducer. You will get in a seconds, guys, how that's work. Now let's go back to the app. Now we need to create the store, and we're gonna import first. Import create store from Redux. All right, it's guys not in the app. Let's create in an index right here, and I'm gonna add right here, and let's create the variable const. We're gonna name it store, and we're gonna place the create store right here. And store supposed to contain at least one reducer. So we're gonna import our reducer in here. import, let's add tasks from and inside the reducers. Okay, we don't need to specify the path to the index because JavaScript already know. By default, they're gonna show up, okay? And right here, let's add reducer tasks. Okay, you can see it's highlighted. Now we need to wrap our highest component with the provider. What the provider do? Provider, of course, logically, it's to provide the state to the app. Okay, and all our children components can use this state from the store. Okay, so let's import provider, and we're gonna import provider from Redux. All right, and let's wrap our app component with the provider. And we need to pass the store, okay, right here. So we create store and pass the store. We can imagine this like a variable which hold the store like as a value, okay? So the app can reach the store and all the children's of the app, children components can reach the store state. That's it for now, and let's close this one. In the app, we need to pass the props. Right here, we're gonna use the state of the store as a props. So now we need to create the method, and it's map state to props, and the parameter gonna be the state. That's gonna be the arrow function, and we're gonna return the tasks as state at tasks. Okay, so we create the object, we name it tasks, and we pass the value. Gonna be the state, gonna be the tasks. We're gonna grab with the props. I will show you guys, and we're gonna pass right here to the tasks page. But first, we need to pass in here. We need to connect our app with the store. You can imagine it's like a bridge between the UI components like React and the store. Okay, so let's import connect from React Redux. Don't forget to add the from. Okay, now right here we're gonna add connect map state to props, this method right here, and we need to wrap app with the braces. All right, so and right here in our tasks page, let's add the tasks, and we need to pass the value of our store. Not the value, the state of our store. Okay, we're gonna use the props dot tasks. All right, okay, let me delete this. Okay, let's save. And we need to open right now the component tasks list, and right here we're gonna pass the properties of the title, description, status. Okay, so we're gonna use props because we're gonna reach the store, the state of the store with the props. Okay, that's why map state to props. We add this method which allow us to get the state with the props. Okay, and right here let's add the task component right here. Let's import it, of course. Import task from task, and now let's map to the state and pass to the task. Okay, so to do this we're gonna use the props dot tasks dot map, and we're gonna add the parameter task, and we're gonna render the task component. I'm gonna pass the value. The first one, let's add the key task.id. Second gonna be the task and task, and that's it for now. Let's see what we got. We have the error, expected the reducer to be a function. Now let's see our reducer, and reducer, okay, that's a function, and let's guess, of course, export default tasks. Okay, and now let's see in the index, as we export it as a default, let's remove the curly braces. We need to add the values of the store, add the state of the reducer. We need to go to our task, and we need to pass the state of our title and description right here. So let's do it right now. Of course, we're gonna pass the props because we're gonna use the props in here, and let's add right here the props.task.title, and let's add the age or just text. Okay, that's gonna be the description, and props.task.description. And now we need to create the render tasks render method, and we're gonna create it in a tasks page. All right here. So we started, we continue. Let's destructure const and tasks, and we're gonna add as a props, and let's return and the task statuses, and we're gonna map, we're gonna add the two parameters status and ID. Okay, and inside let's filter through the statuses, const status tasks, you can name it any you like. So in here the task that filter, and task, the task status, which equal to the status. Alright, and down here we're gonna return, and our component is gonna be the tasks list. Okay, let's import. So import tasks list from tasks list. Okay, let me copy the name of the component. Let me add right here, and let's wrap with the div. Let's pass the key right here. Key gonna be the status, and status the status, and tasks gonna be the status tasks. Okay, and don't forget to add the key right here, ID, and we need to add the props right here, props. And let's copy the name of our method, and right here let's add the class the row and deflex, and justify content center, and position, and add the relative, and let's add the style, the background. I'm gonna add the pound E9ECEF. Alright, and inside we're gonna add this method, so render tasks list. Alright, tasks not defined, let me see guys, and not a task but tasks. Okay, save. Let's see, we got the render our state. Let me close everything right here, so not gonna confuse. All right, in the reducer we have the state. Okay, initial state. Okay, let's recap everything we've done. Okay, so first we create the reducer. We put in the reducer the state, okay, with the ID, title, description, status. We name our reducer tasks, and we said the state gonna be of the reducer the object with the tasks and initial state, and we pass the action. But what we not use yet the action, we're gonna use it a little bit later. Okay, I will show you. We're gonna create with the action task, new tasks. We're gonna update the status with the action. Okay, now we just display the state. Okay, let's go back to the index. So we import the create store from Redux, and we pass the create store method with the reducer inside of the create store to the store variable, and we pass this variable to the provider. Okay, and we say the store gonna contain the store. Okay, with the reducer, of course, everything. All right. Okay, I hope you understand, guys. It's kind of hard. I know the Redux, it's blow the minds. Okay, but we're gonna use to it. Okay, so, and in app we use the connect. You can imagine like a bridge, okay, between store, the state, and the UI, the components, React. Okay, and connect, the bridge between them. So we import the connect, and we create the method map state to props. So now we can reach the store state with the props. Okay, we pass in the props right here. So, and we pass to the tasks page with the property, the state of the store, the tasks, the reducer. Okay, this guy. Where's our reducer? This guy. Okay, with the state, which this one. Then we connect, of course, and we pass the map state to props and wrap the app. All right. If we in the reducer want to add one more, the object with the state, let's add right here like MERN, yeah, right here the MERN, and this, let's do the locate. This is my next step. Okay, all right, and let's see. Okay, that's rendering. Okay, and we can add the status right here. Let's add the status in components in a task. Let's add right here h5 props dot task dot status. It's gonna be on the top. Okay, in progress. If we're gonna change in our reducer completed, we can see completed. Okay, and it's a change the box. Okay, and let's add this one unstarted. The MERN gonna be the unstarted. Save. You can see we're gonna fix, guys, the CSS. We're gonna do the functionality for these guys. Okay, the next step, guys, we're gonna create new task. Okay, we're gonna delete the fake state. Okay, and you can see, guys, in here in the pages, here's the ID, the key 3, 2, 1. Okay, and if we can see in the console, let's check in the console what we got in here. We got some warnings. We're gonna fix it, guys. We're gonna fix everything. Let's continue our journey. Let's open the tasks and let's remove. We don't need it anymore. And now let's, of course, guys, we're gonna work on UI right now. Okay, let's make this a little bit looks a little bit better. Okay. All right, let me close this up and let's open tasks list. And right here, let's add the div and class name card header, and text gonna be the uppercase. Text we're gonna add to the center, and the font, the next class font, weight, bold. Okay, that's all guys, bootstrap classes. Next we're gonna add the props, status, because we wanna show the name of our statuses on the top. Okay, right here, let's add the bootstrap classes. Class name, so gonna be the card title, and next one gonna be the margin on the top. I wanna add the 3, and text I'm gonna use uppercase, and padding on the right and left, let's add the 2. And right here for our description, task description, class name gonna be the card text. Margin bottom, let's add the 3, and text gonna be the muted, and font, weight, bold, and padding X gonna be 2. Alright, let me see what we got. Alright, so let me see in the task list. Okay, in the task page right here, let's wrap task list with class name of bootstrap. Gonna be column, medium is gonna be the 3, and it's gonna be card class, and margin gonna be the 2, and let's add the padding 0. Alright, okay, alright, so let's change the color of this guy. It's in the task, and right here on the title, let's add a style. Color gonna be the pound 3A4, so like a green. Alright, now let's add functionality guys, to change with the select form, change the progression. Okay, and we're gonna start in here in the task, and let's actually copy the status, this guy, and let's paste in here. On the top, let's, instead of div, let's add the React fragment, empty container, and right here gonna be form without action. Gonna use only onChange in this form, the onChange method. Let's add the select, and again we don't need the name and ID inside the select. Let's map through our statuses. So we're gonna say task statuses that map status, and arrow function we're gonna use the braces instead of curly braces, because we're gonna render the option, and for the value that's gonna be the status, and let's add the key status. Okay, and let's add the status right here. And for the select, let's add default value, gonna be props that task that status. Okay, let me see what we got. We have, but functionality doesn't work yet. Okay, now let's add functionality. Now let's create a directory. I'm gonna name it actions. Let's create inside 2 files. First gonna be index, where we're gonna create the actions, and the second file gonna be the types. Alright, so inside the types we're gonna create the constants. Export const edit task, and in quotes edit task, the same thing. Alright, I will show you how we're gonna use it. Alright, so we're done with the types, and let's go to the index and let's create the first action. I will explain everything. Alright, just follow me. Export and const edit task equal, and the parameter is going to be id because we want to change and grab id. Then params equal the empty object arrow function, and we want to return. We're going to say the type edit task. You can see the suggestions, and payload. It's going to be object, and we're going to add id and params. Alright, we're done for now with the actions. Now let's go to the reducer. Okay, let's change our reducer functionality. Let's add right here. So we're gonna say if action dot type equal to the edit task to the constant, and for case return. First, of course, we need to bring the payload. So let's create variable and payload. And it's going to be action. All right, and now we're going to create the object tasks. State that tasks that map. We're going to map. Let's add the function. So task. And we're gonna check if task.id equal payload.id. Then we wanna return object.assign. It's gonna be the empty object, and we wanna assign to empty object task and payload.params. And if nothing happened, we return the just state. So what we've done, we create the actions. In actions, we create the action for the edit task. So we grab the parameters id and parameters empty object, and we return, and we say and type gonna be edit task. Then payload, we're gonna change the state by id. Okay. And we in the reducer we create the action creator. If action.type equal to edit task, then we want to change the state. We want to map to the task ID, and if the element with which we grab, we want to change the state, the position, the status, and then if it's equal to payload ID, then we want to return in the empty object the task and payload params. Okay, and that's it. And inside the app component, let's first import edit task from the actions. Okay, and right here let's create the method const on status change. Let's add to the parameters id and status, and the arrow function, and right here props that now we're gonna dispatch. So dispatch and edit task, and we're gonna dispatch id and status. Let's grab on status change. We're gonna send to the as a properties. We're gonna send to the task page. So we're gonna create on status inside. We're gonna add the method status change. Let's go to the task page. Now let's pass to the task list. So let me adjust a little bit in here. And on status change, and we're gonna pass with the props status change. Let's save and let's go to the task list and to the task component. We wanna send same thing, so on status change. Why we're passing here? Because we're gonna, you remember we create in the task the form with the select and options where we can change the status. Props on status change. And inside the task, we need to create the method so we can use the functionality of options. Okay, so that's gonna be the function. I'm gonna name it something on status change. Of course, you can name it whatever you like. So, and we're gonna send the parameter in here, and I'm gonna grab the status change with the props that status change, and inside let's add next parameters props that task that id. You remember we map in here the tasks, and e that target that value. Alright, and let's grab this method, and right here in the form we're gonna pass the event listener on change and on status change. Alright, so I think that should be work. Let's check, guys. So let's go to the browser. We can see no errors, and for example, I want to add this in the progress. Okay, we get an error. Status of undefined in the task page, and let's go back to the reducer right here. I forget to return task. Okay, let's see right now. Alright, so functionality working, so we can change the progress. Started. So now let's create task. Okay, so we can add the new tasks. All right, so let's do it. Let's go back right here. Let me close everything. I will show you how we can switch. All right, and actually let's do right now. Comment this line. Let me add the comment right here. And let me copy. Okay, if else version. Alright, and right here we're gonna use the switch. That's what you're gonna face all the time in the codes of other developers. Switch, and usually, guys, you're gonna use the switch in your code. Okay, version. Alright, first of all, let's just copy. I'm not gonna type. You're not gonna watch me typing right here, and let's create the switch, and in the parameters we're gonna say action dot type, and if action dot type, and then goes the case, and the type gonna be edit task right here. And then we want to return this line of code. Let's copy it up to here. And right here, let's add, okay, let me see, or switch right here. Okay, and by default, I want to return the state. And let's add curly braces, and all right, sound good. Let's check if it's working. No error. In progress. Okay, and started. Okay, so you can use two ways, guys. If else and switch, but usually you're gonna use the switch because it's cleaner and more readable. Okay, so now we need to create a task. Okay, first of all, let's go to the actions, and we can add after edit action creators. So export const create task. That's how we're gonna name our action creators. So in right here we need to pass title and description, because we're gonna change the title and description. It's gonna be the arrow function, and we wanna return, and the type, let's create the type right here in our types. Let me copy paste. It's gonna be the create task and create task. Okay, let's save. Let's go back right here. Let me copy paste, change to create task, and the type, let me copy the create task and add right here, and payload the object. We're gonna add the ID. Okay, and for the ID, let's use, guys, React UUID. So it's gonna generate for us the new IDs. Okay, we're not gonna add hard-coded the IDs. Okay, it's very cool tool. Okay, right here, npm install React UUID. You can read more about React UUID. So React UUID. GitHub. I think you can GitHub. Let's see my GitHub. And to install, of course, it's you can check in npm. You can check right here, React UUID npm. You can read more about this tool. All right. Okay, so we're done to install it, and let's import. So import UUID from React UUID, and let's add right here UUID. All right, now we can generate the React UUID gonna generate for us new IDs, and the next after ID we wanna add the title and of course description. All right, and of course status we want to add by default, we want to start on unstarted. Okay, so what we just create, we create the action creator create task. So in the parameters we destructor title and description, and we say we want to return if type create task, then we want to use payload, and we want to add the ID for our new task, the title, description, and by default it's gonna be on an unstarted box. And let's go to the reducer. Actually, we don't need this guy right here. And now I'm not gonna delete, I'm gonna comment, so you can use this code, of course. And we're gonna say initial state gonna be the empty array, and right here we can do after edit create the new case that's gonna be create task. Okay, so you can see the suggestions, and then we want to return tasks and the object, and state that tasks and that concat. Okay, concat. It's gonna be action and that payload. Okay, we're done for create, and now let's go to our app, and let's create the dispatch, the method, so we can dispatch. So const on create task, we're gonna name it like this, and in the parameters we're gonna do structure, title, and description, spelling right, props, that, and dispatch. You can see the suggestions, dispatch, and we want to dispatch create task inside title and description. Okay, and now we need to bring right here the import line. In the import line, so create task, you can see the suggestions the VS Code give to us. Okay, let's copy on create task. Now we need to pass right here as a properties, so add to the task page, so we can use this method in the task page. Okay, so we can dispatch there, sent to the store. Okay, on create task I use this suggestion, and on create task again. All right, save. Let's go to the task page, and right here let's create task method, const gonna name it on create task, and I want to use the parameter arrow function, and let's use that prevent default. Right here we're gonna say props dot on create task, and we're gonna add the object, and we wanna use the title and description. Now let's copy this method, and we're gonna use in the form right here on submit. On submit, we're gonna add on create task method, and let me see. I think that's okay. We got an error. Edit task is not defined in the reducers. Okay, edit task. Okay, we need to bring edit task, guys. I deleted, but you don't do this. But it was wrong decision. Edit task. Okay, now it's working. You can see we comment the hard-coded state, so now we have the empty array right here in the reducer. Right here we have empty array, and we use the action creator, and we say if create task, then we want to return the object. The key is the tasks, and the value of it, it's gonna be of course we use the state, the task, and action that payload. And in our app, let me see, we create the dispatch for it. Okay, on create task, and we say dispatch create task. Create task, where we want to change the title and description state. Okay, so let's check if it's work. So test title and test desk. Shortcut for description. Let's submit, and we can see it's sent to unstarted status because we tell to the in the action creators, we said we want to payload, we want to create a new ID, new title, new description, and the status is gonna be by default unstarted. So if I change in progress, okay, and let's see if we say test title again, test description, we submit and it's go in a progress, but we want to by default use in an unstarted box. Okay, let's check. Yes, let's clear the form after we submit. Let's do this method, and we need to do this in the tasks page. Let's create the right here const reset form, and inside we wanna change the set states. Okay, so show form card. First, let's do, we want to close after we send, we want to clear. Actually, it's first let's set title first. Okay, so set title, I want to empty string, and then set description, gonna be empty string, and set form, or how I called it, show card form. Let me copy this guy and put right here, and false, I'm gonna add the false. Alright, and let's grab this method, and in the create task we're gonna pass this method. Okay, now let's check. So test title, test description, wanna send, and bam, form closed, and you can see it's empty, so let's reset the form. Test title 2, test description 2, let's check. Good, now we can change the progress. Okay, and let's add delete. For example, you don't need some task anymore. Let's add the like a trash bucket right here. We're gonna use React font as some icons. Yeah, let's install. Let me show you. React font awesome. Right here. Okay. Here's the documentation you can see, and let's install. I think yeah, we need these two or three. Let's install the three. Okay, let's install this 3 lines. Okay, and let's go right here, open the terminal, let me clear, and let's add right here, let me copy second line, copy, paste right here, and copy this one. Okay, alright, press enter to install it. Okay, and we installed it. Let's check in the package JSON. Right here, we got our font awesomes, and let's go back right here. And we need a task. We need a task component because we're gonna add the icon right here. First we need to import. Let's go to the documentation. Let's see how we can import, so we can use the font awesome icon component. Now we need to import first. To do that, we can grab this import, and yeah, we can copy this line. Let's go right here in a task. Let's add right here, and let's add right away. Let me copy this component, and I'm gonna add like this. And now I need to find which icon. We can go to the font awesome. I have the bucket, but I think I can get the bucket. No, I don't need this one, but let's search for the trash. We can use this one. It's FA trash O. Okay, let's add. How we're gonna add? Solid. I think it's solid. Or we can grab the solid. It's gonna be this one. Trash. Let's grab this one. I think, yeah, FA trash. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. So icon. It's gonna be the FA trash. Let's see the documentation. We need to import. Let's grab this line. Let's go back right here on the top. And FA, that's gonna be the trash. Let's check. Okay. We can see the bucket right here, trash bucket. Now let's move right here. Okay. And we're gonna use the bootstrap for this. So class name, bootstrap class name, I guess float right. Let's see if it's work. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Let's add the margins right here. So let me add the margin 5, and I want to add the style for our trash bucket. I want to use the color. I think I can use the color, not the fill, because it's a SVG. We'll see. So tomato, and I want to add the cursor, and let's add pointer. Alright, let me see if I'm right and my steps. Okay, yep. Okay, so now let's add the functionality. Let's delete the task when we click on this trash bucket. And we need an actions, create the action creator. So export. So you can see, guys, how we use the Redux. If you want to do something and use the event listener, change the state of our app, first of all, we go to actions and we create the action. So const and delete task, or let's do remove task, and we add the parameter ID, and it's a arrow function, and we want to return object. It's going to be the type. Let's create the type for remove task, and right here remove task, and same thing in here, remove. Save. Let me close it up. I don't need any more. And let's import remove task. Remove task. Copy. Let me add right here. So I want to use the type remove task. Remove by ID. Okay. So that's it. We create the action creator. Now let's move to reducer. Now in the reducer, we want to create another case, and it's going to be remove task, and we want to return the object where the tasks and state tasks and that filter, because we want to filter, and right here the task, it's gonna be the function, and task that ID which not equal to the action that ID. So we create the object and we say in a state filters the tasks and delete the task with certain ID, okay, which we're gonna grab. All right, and now let's go to the app. Let's create the dispatch. So we wanna send to the store, and with the reducer we of course provide the next state, okay, which gonna be remove const let's do on remove task, and the parameter gonna be the ID and props dot dispatch on remove task right here and ID. And let's go to our task page. Let's create remove task property, going to be remove task. Let's save the app. Let's close it up, and let me save the reducer. Let's close the reducer, and inside the task page we want to pass the properties on remove task remove task, but don't forget to add the props. Okay, let me just copy, let me save. Let's go to the task list, and we want to add right here, and we want to pass to the task. Okay, in a task component we can use this method, and what we're gonna do is create the function right here. So function on remove task and props that on remove task, and where's props dot task dot ID. All right, now we can use this method in the event listener right here in the font awesome. So on click, we're gonna use the arrow function right here, and let's add this method, and we're gonna add the props dot task dot ID. Okay, let's save. I think that's now should be work. Let's check, no error here. Let's add new task bucket. Let's click up. We have the arrow right here. Okay, we need to bring remove task, and right here is gonna be the remove task, guys. I apologize. Okay, now let's check. Submit. Let's click, and it's deleting. Okay, so our remove method is working good. Now let's add in a progress. It's in a complete. We want to remove right here, right here, right here. Alright, we're done with this project. Don't forget to like, share and comment. Alright guys, so see you in the next project. Bye bye.